Super PACs have been big spenders in national elections so far this year, and recently these committees have started pouring money into campaigns in San Diego. The PACs and the candidates running for office in the city filed their campaign finance reports yesterday. Reporter Kevin Crowe from our partner, Investigative Newsource, is here to tell us more. Kevin, give us an update. Where do the mayoral candidates stand in terms of fundraising?
Well, Carl DeMaio's campaign has brought in the most cash in the past few months. They brought in about $373,000. However, about half of that came out of his own pocket. So he's only received about $193,000 from donors. So on the flip side, Nathan Fletcher really brought in the most from outside donors. He received about $303,000, a figure that his campaign is pretty proud of.
What about the other two candidates, Congressman Bob Filner and District Attorney Bonnie Dumanis?
They're both pretty far behind. DeMaio and Fletcher are very far ahead, to be sure. Dumanis' campaign has brought in about $617,000 in cash during the whole primary election cycle, and Filner has only brought in about $425,000, and that's compared to DeMaio's $1.6 million and Fletcher's about $1.3 million.
Now, the candidates' committees aren't the only ones basically campaigning for the candidates. Who else is out there? What else is out there?
They're not. There are what are called independent expenditure committees, and so some of these are super PACs and some of them are not. And so what they've done is they've established these committees in San Diego to support a given candidate. So for example, San Diegans for Nathan Fletcher, they've raised almost $400,000. Now they can spend that on polling data, they can spend that on mailers or on television commercials in support of Nathan Fletcher, but they're not supposed to be coordinating with Nathan Fletcher's candidate campaign, so they can't be coordinating their actions with each other.
How many of these committees are there?
Well, right now there are 6 for the mayoral candidates. There are others for some of the propositions, but really right now just 6 that are going to matter in the primary for the mayoral candidates.
And what about the 2 ballot initiatives? What kind of money is being spent on these campaigns? Well,
one of the main groups is Comprehensive Pension Reform, or CPR, for San Diego. Now they're supporting comprehensive pension reform. And they've spent almost $2 million to get signatures, to get this measure on the ballot, and to get people to support it. And the people who oppose it have only brought in about $340,000. So it's a pretty lopsided battle.
And there's another measure on the ballot, right?
There is. There's Proposition A, and it's getting a lot of financial attention as well. That's the proposition that would prohibit the city from entering project labor agreements when building city-funded projects. And so local building and contracting political action committees are really putting heavily into that, and they've funneled hundreds of thousands of dollars into the Yes on A campaign. And as a result, that committee has outraised its opposition 3-1.
Now, can you fill us in on the council districts?
Yeah, the council districts, there are a few things going on in the council districts. In the first district, there are 4 candidates. Sherry Leitner is the incumbent, and she's raised close to $200,000 in cash. Her main opponent, Ray Ellis, has brought in about $60,000 more than her. And on the bottom end of that, there's Brian Pease. He's only brought in about $14,000, and Dennis Ridds has really only raised about $3,000. And then in the 9th district, Scott Sherman has really outraised Matt Kostrinsky. They're both ending up with somewhere around $25,000 to $30,000 in cash on hand for the remainder of the primary campaign.
Kevin Crowe, thank you so much for speaking to us today.
Thank you.